more issues have plagued Jannetty outside of his career. One such
Yo! Yo, look at his foot! Yo!
The young Hashira changed my stance and changed the temp. I'm base swinging for the fence and I'm coming straight for next.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Chris Tahji, and we are officially back on the YouTube channel. This time we're reacting to professional wrestling because I am passionate about wrestling. I've been passionate about wrestling for my entire life, and I just thought to myself, why not strike while the iron's hot? 2024, it's a new year. Wrestling is back in the mainstream, I guess. And that's not the reason why I'm reacting. The reason why I'm reacting is because I started reacting to music back in 2023. I wasn't really a fan of it, and then I decided to take a break. So in 2024, I just decided, you know what? Why not just react to some wrestling? I love wrestling so much. I'm gonna make a YouTube channel off of it. And I see so many other YouTubers doing the same thing that I can be doing. I just thought, you know what? It's time. So today we're gonna be reacting to some Tap Out Corner. This video is called Why No WWE Wrestler Wants to Be Number 14, The Royal Rumble Curse. If you guys like this type of content, make sure to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel down below and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload. And of course, shout out to Tap Out Corner. Make sure to give him a like and subscribe on this video too. And without any further ado, y'all, let's get down to it.
The Royal Rumble is one of the most exciting matches WWE puts on every year. 30 wrestlers compete, with the winner receiving a World Championship match at WrestleMania. Each wrestler gets a different entry number, and while some numbers are more favorable than others, there's one number that's best to avoid. Which one is that? Number 14. People have speculated that the number is cursed, and it's not as far-fetched as you might think. Allow me to prove it to you.
Okay.
Let's look at the first person to enter the Royal Rumble at number 14 back in 1988. The 14th entrant that year was a wrestler named Ron Bass. He spent about 10 minutes in the Rumble, and at first...
Chat, let me know if y'all remember who Ron Bass is, because I sure as hell don't.
It seemed like everything was okay. After the Rumble, Bass would feud with some future Hall of Famers and also co-captained a team at the 1988 Survivor Series. However, in 1989, Ron Bass would leave WWE. Then, in 1991, Bass had to retire due to injuries he suffered over his career, only about 3 years after he competed at the Royal Rumble. Okay, a bit odd, but that's just one person. Well, in 2006, Joey Mercury was the 14th
Oh, here we
entrant.
go.
After competing in the Royal Rumble, Mercury would not only lose the WWE Tag Team Championship,
Yup.
but he'd also be suspended for failing a wellness policy.
Damn.
On top of that, that same year...
Ah, there it is. That ladder spot right there broke his nose, messed up his entire face. It was brutal, y'all. That one was brutal.
Gruesome injuries ever seen in
Jesus
WWE.
Christ.
Then, Mercury was released in March 2007.
Yo!
A year after entering as the 14th entrant in the Royal Rumble.
Nah, getting injured and released in the same year? That's kind of crazy.
Fortunately, it doesn't end with Mercury and Ron Bass. From 1993 to 1995, the Berserker, Ray Apollo, who was Dwight the Clown, and Jacob Blue all entered at number 14. All three were released less than a year after their respective Royal Rumble appearances. In the 1996 Royal Rumble, a wrestler named Doug Gilbert was given the 14th spot, and he never appeared in WWE again. In 2004, Rikishi, who had been with WWE since 1992,
That's something
and
Rikishi
was
got
a legend
released.
in his own right, came out as the number 14th entrant, and was then released about 6 months later. The same thing happened to Orlando Jordan in 2005, and Stardust, aka Cody Rhodes, in 2016. Both wrestlers were released.
Yo, what's good with wrestlers getting released at the number 14? Yo, see, if I'm a wrestler, I'm going straight up to whoever's booking the show. I'm like, yo, don't put me number 14. Don't do it. I'm not going out. Put me at 15 or 13. I'll take any of those two. Don't put me at 14, bro. I know what that means. Don't do it.
Released only months after they entered as number 14. Now, you could argue that Cody beat the curse.
Yes,
as
he did.
Reinvented himself, founded AEW, and returned to WWE in 2022. In fact, he won the 2023 Royal Rumble. However, it appears the curse didn't go away without a fight. Shortly after Cody's WWE return, he suffered a torn pectoral muscle. Then, while training, the muscle tore completely off the bone, resulting in one of the most disgusting WWE...
See, all right, so I have a bit of an opinion on this. I don't think this counts, okay? Just because he came back and got injured does not mean that it was a Royal Rumble curse. All right, granted that was his last Royal Rumble before he returned, but I wouldn't count that as a Royal Rumble curse. Now, this injury right here, this was shoot, y'all. I will put this against any anybody else's performance that came in injured, whether we knew it or not, this is up there with like probably top 5 matches in WWE history. Like, period. This dude came in with a torn pec and told Vince, I don't care what the doctors say. I'm going out there and I'm fighting Seth Rollins and I'm gonna give the people what they paid to see. And Jesus Christ, we saw some shit. Shout out to Seth too, because he definitely had to take care of Cody in this match. Because one slip up, one minor botch could have just ended this man's career. And this was a very uncomfortable watch. Shout out to both of y'all. Shout out to both Cody and Seth.
Injuries in a long time. On top of that, the injury kept Cody Rhodes out of action for over 7 months.
Yep.
Perhaps this was the number 14 curse, refusing to leave. In 2019, one of WWE's biggest stars, Dean Ambrose, got the infamous 1-4.
That's Moxley.
Later, the company publicly announced that Ambrose would not be renewing his contract, and he left in April of that year. Then, the following year, Braun Strowman was dealt the 14th position. At first, it seemed like he had beaten the curse, as he won the
this is 2020. Yup, when they released everybody.
Then, out of nowhere, in June 2021, the Monster Among Men was released after he had just competed in a WWE Championship match. Like Cody Rhodes, though, Strowman returned about a year later. However, his second run in the company has been lackluster, and he's been out of action since May 2023. Are you starting to see why people say number 14 is cursed? Well, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's go back to the first 30-man Royal Rumble in 1989. The 14th man out was Marty Jannetty, who, at the time, was part of the Rockers,
Party Marty.
Michaels. They had some decent success, but Marty's career and life would take a nosedive almost exactly 3 years after the Royal Rumble. In 1992, Jannetty was arrested for possessing cocaine and attacking a police officer.
What?
After the arrest was over, Marty Jannetty returned to WWE, but was then released only a few months later for allegedly being under the influence during a match. This became a pattern for Jannetty. At the age of 45, he was re-signed by WWE, only to get arrested again and be released before making much of an impact. Even after that, WWE re-signed Marty Jannetty, only for Jannetty to be released once again. More issues have plagued Jannetty outside of his career. One such
Yo, look at his foot. Yo, I've never seen anybody's ankle look like that. Bro, what happened to your foot? Bro, on the contrary, bro, how many times are you going to get released before WWE realizes that they're kind of, wasting their money on you? Because for you to constantly get in trouble with the law, for you to constantly show up inebriated, for you to constantly have like all types of issues outside the ring, like, bro, I've never seen anybody get this many chances, like, ever. But bro, this right here is disgusting.
Example is from November 2023, when Jannetty shared a gruesome picture of his right foot. Another victim of the Royal Rumble curse was Goldust, who was the 14th entrant in the 1997 Royal Rumble. He would be released from WWE several times after the event, and he, unfortunately, had trouble outside the ring too. The bizarre one went through 2 divorces and had a drug problem, which he thankfully has overcome. Jeff Hardy entered as number 14 in the 2007 Royal Rumble.
Here we go.
His career has been filled with controversy. Perhaps most infamous of all,
Victory Road 2011
match under the influence live on pay-per-view.
If you know, you
on top
know.
Of that, from 2009 to 2022, Hardy was arrested 4 times for a variety of charges. All of this is why the 14th entrant has been called cursed. But this isn't even the worst of it. In the 1991 Royal Rumble, the British Bulldog came out at number 14. Of course, shortly after the Rumble, the Bulldog had his career-defining moment of winning the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. However, things did...
Okay. For one, that SummerSlam match with Brett was fire. Number 2, that was not the WWE Championship. That was the WWE IC Championship. Let's keep it rolling.
Didn't stay that way. The same year he won the title, British Bulldog was released after allegedly receiving human growth hormones. After WWE, Bulldog joined their rival, WCW. Less than a year as part of the company, Bulldog would be released when he got into a fight at a bar. While the British Bulldog would wrestle again for both WWE and WCW, his career would continue to be plagued with injuries, run-ins with the law, and other issues. Sadly, Bulldog passed away in 2002 at the age of 39. In an eerie coincidence, Hercules, who drew number 14 in the 1992 Royal Rumble, died 2 years after the British Bulldog due to heart disease. Tragically, this wasn't the last time something like this would happen. One of the greatest of all time, Eddie Guerrero,
don't tell me Eddie was number 14.
At, of course, course, number 14.
What?
Then, at the age of 39, Guerrero passed away in 2005 because of heart failure. Umaga was another wrestler who sadly died much too young in 2009, and the year before, he entered the Royal Rumble at number 14. Now, those who know the Royal Rumble might realize there's some obvious number 14 entrants who seem to have broken the curse.
Okay, so we got wrestlers who had drug problems. We have wrestlers who had alcohol problems. We have wrestlers who had police problems. We have wrestlers who got released from the company. Now we have wrestlers that are just straight up passing away. Rest in peace to everybody mentioned before. This is crazy. I didn't even know that Eddie and Umaga were number 14 in their respective Royal Rumbles. Like, this is different.
Jinder Mahal was entered 14 in the 2012 Royal Rumble, and while he did get released 2 years later, Mahal returned in 2016 and then won the WWE Championship. This has to be a curse breaker, right? Well, no.
Nah.
Jinder Mahal's WWE Championship reign is universally considered one of the worst World Championship reigns ever. Not only that, but when WWE
But hold on. Y'all can say that now. But my boy Jinder is cooking. He cooked The Rock, and he's cooking Seth Rollins, and he cooked Tony Khan on Twitter, and he cooked Hook. Let's see where he goes, y'all. I pray for Jinder's future to be bright. I really do. I really do.
Former WWE champion would return on the first Raw of 2024. Jinder Mahal was used as the butt of a joke. Okay, Jinder Mahal was a unique
But he
case.
cooked. I'm not gonna lie, he
The
cooked.
2017 Royal Rumble. Kofi Kingston got the 14th spot in that match, and 2
Okay.
years later, he won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but Kofi's been with WWE for over 15 years, despite many of the wrestlers he started out with having gotten fired. By those accounts, it appears that Kofi broke.
Wait. That was Kofi Mania. We all know how Kofi Mania ended, and it did not end well for Kofi.
The Royal Rumble curse. But if you look at the facts,
there we go.
It's clear it did not. Since the 2012 Royal Rumble, Kofi has usually done an impressive stunt that saves him from elimination. Despite how challenging they were, Kingston always managed to pull them off flawlessly. That was until the 2017 Royal Rumble. That year, Kingston's Rumble save saw him standing on the ring post and jumping to avoid a swipe. However, Kofi lost his footing, causing his ribs to get impaled by the ring post. It didn't stop there, though. 2 years later, during the 2019 Royal Rumble, Kofi saved himself twice.
1 foot.
And both times, it was clear they didn't go according to plan.
He
Kingston did
hit
have a
both feet that
spectacular
time.
Royal Rumble save in 2020 and was absent from the 2021 match. However, in 2022, Kofi returned to the Rumble and disaster struck. About 20 seconds after Kofi got into the ring,
I remember this.
pushed him to the
He went to the
outside.
barricade and he
Kingston
tried
was
to
supposed
catch
grab
it,
the
but his
barricade and
feet.
avoid elimination, but his feet accidentally touched the floor. At the following year's Royal Rumble, it happened again. Gunther blasted Kofi to the outside, where Xavier Woods had a chair to catch his New Day partner. Kingston landed incorrectly and hit the floor, causing him to prematurely. All these actions started happening after Kofi Kingston entered as number 14 in the Royal Rumble. Perhaps this is how the curse has affected Kofi. Another very obvious curse breaker is Shinsuke Nakamura. In 2018, Shinsuke entered at number 14 and won the Rumble. However, when
And then he fought AJ at
at
Mania
WrestleMania against AJ Styles, this is where the curse first affected him. Styles and Shinsuke had fought a little over 2 years ago outside of WWE in a critically acclaimed match.
And y'all, if y'all have not seen AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom, please go and watch that match. 7 stars. Undoubtedly. But WWE WrestleMania 34 with these two, probably like 2 stars. They fumbled hard, y'all. And then the rivalry after this fumbled even harder. Like, oh my God, it was a bad time.
A rematch between Styles and Nakamura should have been just as good, if not better, and yet it was a letdown. Then, after their match, Shinsuke turned heel, which wasn't welcomed by the fans. Even worse, Nakamura fought AJ Styles 3 more times for the WWE Championship and lost every single opportunity. Since drawing number 14, it's hard to argue that Shinsuke Nakamura's career
Not gonna lie, they
achieved the same level
fumbled
of
him
success.
hard.
He may not have been as badly affected as others in this video, but Nakamura was no doubt a victim of the Royal Rumble curse. Now, let's look at more recent Royal Rumbles. In 2021, 2022, and 2023, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Baron Corbin all entered at number 14, respectively. While Corbin's most recent career has been a little lackluster, none of these men have really been cursed. In fact, Dominic and Priest are doing phenomenal right now. So, does this
Dirty
mean the
Dom
curse
is on a
broken?
rise.
Well, it's
Same
not
thing
that
with
simple.
Priest.
In the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble, the 14th participant was Naomi. About 4 months later, she,
Yeah, her and Sasha
Banks,
left.
walked out of WWE because of how they were treated.
They still never came
entered
back.
number 14 in the 2023 Women's Rumble, and while nothing major has happened yet, her career did hit a hurdle. After wrestling fairly regularly on SmackDown throughout 2022, Lee was barely used through most of 2023. In fact, she actually got put on Main Event, where she went on a 7-match losing streak. Keep in mind,
Damn.
Xia Li had never competed on Main Event.
Now I feel
prior
bad
to the
for Xia
2023
Li.
Royal Rumble. It appears that the curse hasn't been broken, but instead, it's now infected the Women's Royal Rumble. Okay, we need to lighten the mood. Hit this video to watch the most embarrassing Royal Rumble bloopers.
Dang, y'all. So apparently the curse is affecting the Women's Royal Rumble. So with that being said, I wonder what's gonna happen at the end of January for this year's Royal Rumble. My pick to win, honestly, is Bayley. I hope she does. She really deserves it. She's been cooking all year. For the Men's Royal Rumble, my boy Phil, CM Punk, you already know, he gotta win it. Cause Seth, I'm sorry, you gotta go, bro. CM Punk, he's the guy. He needs to hold that world title one more time. He needs to bring some prestige back to it. Seth, all respect to you, bro, but Phil got it right now. He do. He got it right now. But y'all, that's the end of the video. Again, if you like this, make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel down below if you want to see more wrestling reaction content. Make sure to hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload. Subscribe to Tap Out Corner. He's the one that provided the video for today. And y'all, I will see y'all next time. Later.